Welcome back to our Buying Sports Cards on eBay Tips Series Part 10. Double digits right now. This time we're talking about what are the best times to buy sports cards on eBay. So you might be an eBay veteran. Maybe you sell a bunch on eBay. Maybe you buy a bunch of, but there's specific times for sports card buyers to buy on eBay. And that's what this video is all about. Now we're talking about the best time of year. We're talking about the best time of the week and even the best time of the day that I've personally found are the best times to buy cards. So first, let's talk about the best time of the year. Basically, you want to be in the off season of whatever sport you're buying. That's the best time to get those cards. Unfortunately, a lot of times you'll think of a card to buy or you'll want to buy a card and you jump right out and go buy it, but you're thinking of it because it's in season. So that makes sense. But if you have the patience, if it's a card that has plenty of cards out there. Like in other words, if it's a autograph card of a special player, special set, special year, you're gonna have to just buy that when you see them. But we're talking about base cards, basically for the different sets. You can just plan on buying those in the off season. Like for instance, right now we're in the summer, so we're in the off season of basketball and the off season of football. So now is actually a great time to buy basketball, football, hockey cards right now. Mid-July. August gets a little trickier because August we got NFL training camps, we got NFL preseason, so it gets a little crazier. So maybe August isn't the best time to buy football cards because the consciousness is raised a little bit about those cards. Maybe June, July for football. Maybe July, August for basketball. And the reason I say those, the NBA draft is behind us. Summer League is behind us. Now people aren't quite talking about basketball as much as normal. Free agency is going on, but it's not quite as crazy in the news as you see during the season. Same with hockey. So baseball season, you'd want to wait. Personally, I like to wait for right around January, like after the Hot Stove League in December, and after the World Series and all that stuff, after all the talk, and then maybe in January, February, before catcher's report, before spring training starts, I like to start buying baseball. Now, the one thing about buying in January is it's after the holidays, so a lot of prices have dropped a little bit because people were trying to sell it during the holidays, and whatever didn't sell is going to be on there for a little less. Also, people got stuff that maybe they didn't want. Maybe they're trying to get rid of it. They got stuff during the holidays. Now they're trying to get rid of it, so they sell it in January, and that's your chance to pounce. So that's the best time of the year. Now, if we're talking about the best time of the week, specifically just understand that for the rest of this conversation, we're mostly just talking about auctions. The best time of the week for an auction to buy sports cards would be, think of like weekdays. Usually weekdays are better, except for Monday when you're talking about football. And why is that? Because Monday night is Monday Night Football, and guys are home watching football. They're on their phones, they're flipping through, and something happens that reminds them of a player, and they jump on, they'll buy a card at an auction on eBay. So maybe not Monday night for football, but for basketball, hockey, all those other ones, you can pretty much buy those on any other weekday night. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday probably are the best for football. Now, there's Thursday night football too, so you have to. Okay, Friday is payday for many people. So what that means is they have money to burn, so they might jump on eBay to buy something then. You don't want to be competing with guys that just got paid. You want to compete with guys that don't exist, that aren't trying to buy this card also. So that's, well, again, why Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are better days. Sunday night is a great night to sell, but it's a horrible night to buy because it's the end of the weekend and a lot of people are buying. That's why whenever I do an auction, I set that auction to end usually around Sunday night, around 9:30 to 10 o'clock. I want that to end. Eastern time, we're talking about. Another thing I like to do is think about buying at the end of the month before the first of the month. A lot of people get paid on the first of the month. They might get a check on the first, so they'll now have a little more money to spend on expendable things like sports cards. So you can take advantage of that and buy cards more towards the end of the month. All right, so now let's talk about the time of day. What's the best time of day to buy sports cards? Well, again, the whole idea is you want to have fewer people you're competing with on these auctions. So you want to make sure there's a lot more people on auctions buying cards at night than there are during the day. Why? Because they're working. People are working during the day. They don't have time to like search through and look at different cards and think about buying those cards. So during the day is much better than buying at night. During the morning is even better. Now, the other thing to think about is the different time zones in America. So the Eastern time zone, if it's 9 in the morning, it's ending at 9 in the morning in the Eastern time zone. That means it's 8, 7, 6 on the Pacific coast. A lot of people aren't even up yet, much less shopping on eBay for cards. So that early morning, if you see any auctions ending around then, that's a good chance for you to go in and snipe some good purchases at the last second. Also, another good time is from 5 to 6 on Eastern time, 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern, because people are going home, they're traveling, they're getting home, they're getting set up for the night, they're getting dinner ready, whatever. But 5, 6 p.m., you might find some good cards, even though it's like 3 p.m. on the Pacific coast. It's still a good time for you to jump on a winning auction. All right, so if you missed any of our tips videos on buying sports cards on eBay, make sure you check out this series. I put them all in there. They're all back to back to back in this playlist, so check that out. My next one coming up, videoing your packages when you get them back from eBay. It's going to be all about that. So make sure you have a happy hobby.
No one is buying your old pants on eBay.